What's going on, people? I am Swear, and this is the Opinionated Facts Media Group podcast. I'm joined by my amazing co-host, Love Joy Jones. How y'all doing tonight, ladies?
Doing great. How are you, sir?
Doing pretty good.
I'm doing fine, man. Look, hey y'all, for the listeners, man, I apologize. We went out for a short hiatus, man. It was been rough this past week.
Some self-care.
Rough. You hear me? Yeah, so it's been tough. But hey, we back. We back on it now, man, with a new approach to things. On this podcast, our main focus is self-improvement. And what we want to do is we want to build a community of people who want to do just that. And so we come up with topics, or we bring you topics that can help you in your journey to be a better version of yourself. And so tonight, two topics that we're going to be talking about is denialism and the anatomy of an apology. See, look, journey just every time, man. I'm telling you, well, there's some competition over here because we just want to bring out that fire, man. But look, ain't no need to hold it because we don't do that. We're gonna go right into this thing. What you got for us, Johnny? Come on with it.
Okay, like you mentioned, my topic is the anatomy of an apology. So what even sparked my interest in just want to know what exactly does apology mean? I'm pretty sure y'all have seen the video released by Puff Daddy when he apologized. In case you don't know, he was apologizing for a video that was released when he was attacking Cassie back in 2016, and I think it was a hotel in somewhere in LA. It was a brutal attack. So did y'all see the apology video from him?
Yes, I did see it.
I caught a little bit of it, but I just kind of got sidetracked after about maybe 10 seconds or so.
Yeah, because I honestly, like I said, my opinion, I didn't feel it was genuine. I didn't feel it was heartfelt. Honestly, to me, it was like somebody from his team was like, hey, Puffy, when you finish your freak off, go do a video and address this,
right.
Right.
So that's how it came across to me. But according to Webster, the word apology is actually derived from the late Latin word apologia, which interestingly, in its early use, it means formal defense or justification of one's actions or opinion. So
okay.
I don't know when it shifted, but now it's the complete opposite because now it means admission of wrongdoing or an expression of regret for past actions.
So it used to mean you were justifying why you did.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
So I was like, that's interesting. So also just a little further research, I came across this article on health.harvard.edu. The title of it is The Art of the Heartfelt Apology. So I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but it mentions some components of a actual genuine apology. So the first one being acknowledging the offense, like being willing to state what exactly you did wrong. The second one, explain what happened and be able to explain it without excusing it. And so, and let me mention this, an apology is not, I'm sorry you felt ... That's not an apology.
Okay.
Right.
And it's not, I'm sorry, but ... No, that's not an apology.
Or if.
Right. Apology, complete accountability. Okay, so let me keep going. So the third one is express some sincere remorse. And not just because, you got caught type, you want to say, I'm sorry and blah, blah, blah. No, be actually sincere and compassionate with it. And the fourth one is offer to make amends. Like, for example, if the situation you damage somebody's property, be willing to pay for it. And if you actually hurt someone's feelings, acknowledge the pain you caused them and be more compassionate in the future. And something that the article didn't mention, a true apology is accommodated with changed behavior. So let me put that out there. Like I said, the article didn't say that, but from cc.com, I'm sorry, from journey.com, it's a true apology comes with changed behavior.
Oh, you going to journey.com? Okay, I might go.
I'm going to journey.com.
That's a good one. Okay, I like that. Journey.com. That's cool.
Yeah.
But Journey,
maybe in the future, but yeah.
That's actually really good. I actually never looked that up. I thank you again for always dropping that knowledge. I didn't know. Did you know that, Joy? Like that's what apology meant?
No, I didn't. And I think that is important because I used to be one who tried to apologize real quick. Like something happened 2 seconds later, I want to go and apologize because I need us to be over this and move on and everything has to go back to normal. And it's like, no, is it genuine? Have you actually
Right.
understood what did you do and the reason why you are apologizing? And so it helps me now because I used to be like, well, if you feel that way, and it's like,
Right.
no. And so I'll catch myself. I'll be like, well, I apologize if I'm like, no, I apologize because I did. And so it is about being accountable for what you've done.
Right.
Hey,
Right.
it get tough sometimes, man. But go ahead, pop out that apology.
Go ahead.
Thank you for sharing that with us, Jay. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
So, you guys, I'm going to be talking about denialism tonight. And it kind of comes from me having some thoughts about my past. I remember being younger, and you know how you don't want to listen to anything anybody has to say, and you just think you know everything, and you really have the tendency to just kind of go off what you think is true. Cause you know what I'm saying? Like, have y'all ever felt like that, just going on what you think is true, even if somebody's told you something different?
Yeah.
Yes.
So as I've gotten older, I met a lot more people that do that. You know, it's like I remember this one time I went to see a friend of mine, and the mother was preparing food, and the food was on the table, and I remember it was some flies, like it was like landing, do like a landing on the food, and I'm like, there's some flies over there, and so I'm like, yo, you gonna eat that? Now remember, now we're at their house, and they're offering me some food. I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna get that. And so again, now they're seeing the flies landing on the food just like me, and they're offering me food. I'm like, nah, I don't want it. And so I'm asking her, I'm like, hey, are you gonna eat it? She was like, yeah, because my mother would never feed me something that would hurt me. And so I'm gonna ask you guys this here: is that something that you guys would do? Like, would you eat if you clearly could see a fly has just landed on your food?
No.
Especially in my older age, though, because I'll honestly have to say I grew up in a very, very, very country, wood, cows, fields type of setting. So, of course, there were sometimes not always sanitary. And so I kind of, when I reflect back now, I'm like, yeah, I don't think that was the best thing to do. You really was out here risking your life
Yeah.
for no reason. So we definitely did a lot of things growing up that I look back now, like I would never eat that after all 15 of y'all bit off it, and then I'm gonna take the 16th bite off of it also. So yeah.
Right. You know, luckily the mouth probably was a little bit more pure at the younger ages. But the thing,
That's true.
but you guys, I just gave that example, but it's a lot of examples. Now you try to tell people stuff all the time, and people are they just won't listen to it. And I was like, I want to do more research on this, and this is called denialism. That's what it's called. It's called denialism. When somebody is just like, I don't care, even if all the information, all the facts, even if an expert in the subject matter is telling me something, I'm still not going to listen to it. And so I'm going to give you guys the definition. This is from the Merriam-Webster Dictionary.com. And it says denialism is the practice of denying the existence, truth, or validity of something despite proof of strong evidence that it is real, true, or valid. So how many people you guys know do that? It don't matter what you tell them, no matter how much proof you give them, no matter how much validity it is attached to what you're saying, they just won't accept it.
I mean, I've came across some people like that, but thankfully, I can't really think of anyone in my life right now that I can say acts like that.
I
definitely have came across a few myself. I know some maybe not as extreme, but they are willing to give their rebuttal for why they still don't want to accept it. But eventually reality sets in.
So I said I'm gonna do a little bit more research, just to give y'all a little bit more about what's going on. So it says, is denial coming? I just typed that in, and this is from healthline.com. It says denialism or denial itself is one of the most common defense mechanisms. So it's a defense mechanism. And it says it occurs when you refuse to accept reality or fact. People in denial may block external events or circumstances from the mind so they don't have to deal with the emotional impact. In other words, they avoid painful feelings or events. And so really what I wanted to talk about, why I wanted to talk about this tonight, was because I understand sometimes maybe holding on to what you believe or what you think it makes you feel good, or it gives you, I guess, that cushion to not really deal with what's going on. But on the other side of things, it's still there, even if you try to act like it's not there. And I've seen many people get hurt, because they're dealing with someone that's in denial, or they're in denial themselves. So I'm saying I think that people should be just more open to the truth, even if it's harder to accept. What do you guys think?
I mean, I agree, because what came to mind, lady I used to go to school with, and I would randomly run into her, and so every time I would see her, like, hey, how you doing? Trying to make it. So it's just knowing her situation is like, you could change that if you really want to. You have to take action, but again, some people want to blame all these external factors about why they're not where they want to be. And in reality, you can change that if you really want to, but it's going to require some work. It's probably going to require some knowledge that you don't have, but it can happen. But rather than doing so, you rather come with, life is hard and that's just what it is. So
Yeah, I definitely agree. We got to blame it on something. We can't just, if we accept that we're in denial or denialism, then we have to accept it. People like, yeah, it's you the problem. So we have to
then it's like,
deflect it to
so
somebody.
It's my fault?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, it is your fault. Yes, it is. But so look, I gotta ask you guys tonight, man. To our listeners, did y'all know that apology, what the definition of apology was? It really slapped me. It was pretty good. And also, are you guys in denial? Do y'all know somebody that's in denial? Let us know down in the comments below. And we're so happy to be back, y'all. We happy to be back, y'all. It's been a while.
Yes, and let me add one more thing. I'm sorry.
Come on with it. You gotta get it off your chest.
And also, since we've mentioned Webster twice in tonight's episode, if you ever want to be a sponsor or anything, come right for me.
That's right. We're here for hire, not for prostitution. Right. Hire for other things. We try to help you. But anyway, thank y'all so much for always tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, man, because we bring y'all the heat. And let us know what you guys want us to cover, because we'll cover it. But anyway, I am joined by my co-host, Love, Joy, and the Journey to be Great. This is the Opinionated Facts Media Group Podcast, the self-improvement podcast. And until next time, peace.